Hey guys, it's Calvin Tahan. I attended YCS Charlotte in March 2011, which was last weekend, and like a day ago. I managed to top 8. Alright, so basically I'm just going to profile the deck for you guys so you guys can see what I ran. Alright, here's the deck profile. It's Fish OTK, my variant, 40 cards, 15 side, 15 extra. Here we go. Deck starts out with 3 Deep Sea King Coelacanths, or Coelacanths, I guess that's how they're pronounced, doesn't really matter. They're awesome. They're your win condition in the deck. You guys know how to run it. I run 3. I think everyone runs 3. You can't not run 3. Pretty simple there. This is where it gets a little different. 3 Kai's to Shadow Monarchs. Not a lot of people do that. I don't think anyone does that. I mean, I'm sure they do. That's kind of a rash statement to make, but the decks traditionally run with lads. I run Kai's because I like baiting the Veilers, and I like a second win condition. I like being able to tribute Treeborn into Kai's. If you Veiler, great. That means you're not going to Veiler my Coelacanth next turn. If you don't, I win. Like, it's such a good card. It makes awesome plays with Formula. I get 8 stars out. Crazy. That's that. Kai's are cool. Gores, you have to run this card. You just have to run it. It's Gores. It's cool. Yeah. Alright, to the waters. 3 Snowman Eaters. Favorite card in the game by far. I have like 80 of them in my binder. I'm sure most of you guys know that. I'm trying to break 100, so here's a shout out. You want to send me some Snowmans? Feel free to do that. I run 3. They're great fodder for Moria of Greed. You can set them. They take care of a lot of problems that they get around Warning if you set them. They get rid of big monsters. They're just Snowman Eaters. The Frog Engine. This deck uses the Frog Engine. It runs 3 Swap Frogs. Run Rototonin and 2 Treeborns. That's just how I run it. I don't run dupe frogs because I don't run lad. I couldn't find room for the dupes. I chose Snowmans over dupes. Some people run both. I couldn't run dupes. So I feel like 3 swaps, a Ronin and Treeborn are enough to get me there. The fish, you run 3 Fishborn Blasters and you run 3 Oystermeisters. Simple as that. That's what you need for the OTK. If you draw them, you morph greed them back in. Fishborn makes awesome plays with Tree of Formula. You make armory like that. I mean, you guys know how the OTK works. If not, have someone explain it to you. It's pretty simple. There's that. So those are the monster. That's the monster lineup. Pretty simple. For spells, Moria of Greed and 3s. They help bad hands. They really help you get out of bad situations. You can send any water from your deck, any 2 waters from your deck to your hand to your deck. I'm sorry, to draw 3. So that gets you a lot of outs. You usually sack Trunade or Kai's like that when you draw and you get game. It's nice. Allure of Darkness. A lot of people give me a lot of hate for this. Like you guys saw, I run 4 Darks, Gores, and 3 Kai's, but I seem to always have them with me. And it's really great to be able to draw into Coelacanth or Trunade when you need it and just pitch a Kai's. I also side in triple faders. I side in more darks, so it becomes a lot better after I side, but even pre-side, this card needs to be in my deck. It just helps me sack. I'm a sacky player. I use this card, Allure of Darkness, it gets me there. Pot of Avarice. Not a lot of people run this card either. I do because, honestly, if you fail an OTK, I mean, if something goes horribly wrong, like Battle Fader or something, at least you're able to put the Oysters and Fishborgs back in your deck, reshuffle them, and try again. It's a late game out. It doesn't help early. It is a weakness against GKs. It gives you like a few weak cards against Gravekeepers, but I ultimately found it was better to run it than not to run it. I had to have it main decked, so Pot of Avarice is nice. 2 Gold Sarks. I don't run 3. I tried it with 3. I tried it with dualities. I've tried it with 3 Gold Sarks. I've tried it with 2 Gold Sarks. I've tried it with 2 Sarks, 2 dualities. I've tried everything. I honestly just like 2 Gold Sarks. 2 turns is a long time to wait in this format. It is a slow format than a lot of them we've seen, but honestly, you really do just need 2. They'll get you there. If not, your Mores and your Allure certainly will get you what you need. Usually you just go for Trunade. It's simple. There's that. Enemy controllers, in 3. You have to run 3. It's awesome. You can make some cool sinking plays with Controller. Enough said. Monster Reborn at 1. Dark Hole at 1. I wasn't actually running this card for the longest time, but it was sort of like a decision I made at the last minute just to throw in Dark Hole. It was nice. I mean, there were a lot of OTKs out there. There were a lot of more Swarm decks like Sabers and Karakuris. You know, Dark Hole is a nice out for them. It doesn't help as much against Sams or Dragunities because they'll always have a Stardust / Sheehan. But I feel like Dark Hole is a strong play to make in my deck. It's more of a stall card than a win condition, but it's there. Trunade. Yay, you win. MST at 2, all you can run, all you should run. You need to run at least 2. Out to Oppression is your out to random face downs. Reasoning. This card's ridiculous. Like, Reasoning is just off the hook insane. There's so many level monsters in your deck. The funniest thing is when they call 8 and you don't run it, because Coelacanth's 7. A lot of people don't know that. You hit it, you drop it. If not, if they do call 7th, you'll hit a Swap Prog, dump a Treeborn, or you may hit a Kai's, you may hit a Gores, you may sack into it. I don't know. It's such a pro card because I never miss with it. And so Reasoning is awesome for those reasons. I made deck 1 Trap Stun. It's just a nice card. It's an alternative to True Nade with Book being at 1. There's not many things that can stop you that aren't trap cards. So 1 trap sounds good. I don't run it in 2s because I main deck Malevolent Catastrophe. I side 1, but I main 1. And maining 1 is such a pro move because no one sees it coming. It's just awesome. It makes ridiculous plays. It nags your opponent so hard. It allows you to freaking, like, not even one of the coelacanths. You can Caius. After the fact that you've, like, hit 3 of their back rows, Caius is going to walk for, like, multiple turns. They're going to be down 3. You're going to win. And so, one of these cards is amazing. Moving to the side deck. The side deck has some funky choices in here. I run Chaos Hunter. I run it at 1. I actually didn't use it at the jump, at the YCS. I never got a chance to. I use it more at locals, but I kept it in there. It's pretty much like a 4th Battle Fader / Cores. You drop it, it's cool. Against the plant deck, they can't sorcery you, they can't Caius you, because, you know, cards cannot be removed by your opponent's effects. So, I don't know, it's just in there. I never used it, but it was better than, like, a Shape Snatch or something like that. 2 Puppet Plants, you gotta run those. They're your outs to Sams. They're cool. You can use them against Gravekeepers too if you want. I don't usually do that because they just get roll attributed, but they're fun. Sams is enough of a deck to, I mean, it obviously won the jump, so you do have to side against it. Puppet Plants. 2 Cyber Dragons, awesome card. You can go into Chimera attack. It's a good card against GBs just for reading them down. Didn't face any GBs, but Cyber Dragon was an awesome side. So there's that. Fossil Dynas. I run 2 of them. It seems like a weird card to run in my deck, but I only side them in against Fish and against Frognarks because I don't have the backfield to protect them against decks like Sams and stuff. But against Frognarks specifically, they can't do anything. Like, if you drop this card and you say go, they can't drop Gores, they can't drop Vader. Their out is to set like Rototonin or something, in which case you'll have an out for that. And this card just sits there, and it does so much work. Against Fish, their out is summoning Oystermeister in attack mode. And at the same time, I sided Mirror Force, you'll see that later, actually right here. I sided Mirror Force to back him up, and a lot of times I set Econ. This card will get me there enough times. I've done that, I did that earlier, day 1, I beat a Frognark deck just with this card alone. It was such a random tech, they didn't expect it, they had no out for it. That's just all it is. Mirror Force, I sided Mirror Force because people don't expect it, because it's a nice card to side in. It's strong, it helps protect Fossil Dyna mainly, but it's just a cool card. I do side in Torrential, which is, it does a lot of work. Torrential's just epic. You know, if you have a backfield, they're going to read Trap Stun. They're not going to read Torrential. So it's just a good side against decks that are Ultra Swarm heavy, and that it wins games. Second Catastrophe, you know, I main deck 1, side another, simple as that. You need Catastrophes, they're awesome. Always side them in, they're almost auto-sided. Mind Crush against GK, Sams, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter, Sabers. This card hits everything. You can make some pro reads with it against other decks. Against Frognarks / Fish, the mirror match, you can read Fader, you can attack into it, they chain Fader, you chain Mind Crush, it's over. It's just a nice card. You need this card in your side deck or main deck in this format, period, hands down. Burial, auto-side it in every time for the Crows for the chain appearances. It's there, it needs to be, I have to have it. And finish it off with 3 Battle Faders. I side them in against, you know, Sam, Sabers, Fish, the Mirror, I guess. Anything that swarms me. Pretty much every deck. I side in at least 2, sometimes I side in 3. It depends how desperate I am, but that's the side deck. Extra deck. 2 Chances for tokens. They are Oystermeister tokens. They're not important, they're Chances, they're cute. Triple Formulas, basic. Double Armory, Majestic Catastor. He's just a 5-star. I run him over running. I don't run 2 of these. I run 1 Sea Lord Dragon Gishlodon, and I run 1 Catastor. It's a nice card. Most Fish decks are running it these days, so 1 of each. Brionic's in there. Black Rose is my choice over Gungear. Okay, I didn't really see Gungear being very well. I don't know. I feel like going into 5-star and then going into Black Rose on their turn via formula is so much of a stronger play. So I like Black Rose a lot in this deck. Alright. So we have Black Rose, we have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. It's actually a main decked card. I mean, it's so nice. A lot of Fish decks can't find room for it. I do. Just 1 Chimera Tech. You don't have 2, although you do 2 Cybers. I just couldn't do it. 1's enough. It's awesome. Scrap Dragon, good 8-star, simple as that. Stardust, good 8-star. Colossal, that's your OTK, your Colossal OTK. I run 1 of them, I don't run 2. A lot of decks run 2. 1's enough, especially with Avarice. Red Dragon Archfiend, I run that because it allows me to run Red Nova Dragon. And that sets up for the Gores OTK. If you read Gores, you can go into Red Nova Dragon, attack for 55, have an Armory equipped to an Armory, attack the Gores, and inflict 27, and that's game. So this card allows you to get around Gores if you make the pro read. That's the extra deck. Side extra main, that's everything I have. That's the deck profile.